All right, wrestling fans, back at Upper Dublin High School here for the consolation semifinals. I'm joined by Mark Halsey, assistant coach at Phoenixville, Joe Youngblood doing his junior high duties for O&J. So we got a good one here. We got the Central League's Garnet Valley. They're the Central League, right?
Yeah.
Giving them some coverage here against Boyertown. We haven't covered them at all this year. So we're going to start at 126 pounds. Mike's going to get us the names of the wrestlers, help us out a little bit, and we'll get rocking and rolling. We have Neshaminy Wrestling O&J Roberts behind us in the other consolation semifinal. And Mark, you know, that final tonight, you know, we're talking a little bit about that Council Rock South team. I mean, they are just way above these other teams. But these other teams still have a shot at getting the States, and here we go.
No, I agree. It's Council Rock and then everyone else.
All right, looks like we have Christopher Wood here for Garnet Valley and Dominic Sheraton for Boyertown.
Sheridan's a freshman.
Got clock problems already over here, Mike. Wood in on a nice little shot there on the ankle, but he came right up. Okay, give us our stats.
So we got
nothing yet over there, but they are still in bounds. I don't know how. Could be two now. No, now they're out. So Mark Marino lets that play out. I think that was a good decision, actually.
Christopher Wood's a freshman with a 14-10 record here. Coming up against Dominic Sheridan, who's also a freshman, 11-13. This match here is, this whole dual meet here is pretty young. Both teams having a lot of freshmen and sophomores.
Little switch series, no hand touching, still switching. About 3 or 4 switches right there. Great switch drill right out of the gate. Again, Mark Marino letting that play out, and smart decision. They took it all the way out of bounds. And again, this is one of those pivotal matches already, and it's a toss-up match right out of the gate. So every match is going to matter, every point for both these teams to advance and get a chance to go to
Sheridan with the
state duels. Look at that. And he got a 2 count as well. Quick 2 count. So big points for Sheridan there. Now he's working that arm lever really tough, looking for a bar. Now he's punching a half far side, nothing there.
Marino's telling him to be careful with that. He's eyeballing that, making ready to make sure that's safe there.
Now they're out of bounds.
Yeah. All right.
So good action now from Sheridan after kind of a slow start to the match. Really wasn't that slow. There was a lot of counter activity going on, but Sheridan took control and leads 4-0, 30 seconds to go here in the first period. Going back to that arm lever, lets go of it. Get a little lift and turn. Just taking what he wants right now. Now he's back to the bar. Real busy on top. He needs to pick one thing and get on it.
Coming up on showtime here.
Boyertown defeated this Garnet Valley team earlier in the year at their own duels to start the season. So a little bit of an advantage to Boyertown in terms of confidence level. Ends 4-0. And Wood's going to go neutral here to start this second period. Boyertown with the blonde hair. Traditional hair dyeing. They went with the blonde this year.
Hey, you look over at their benches. Everyone with blonde hair, and there's only one little fellow over there I see with dark hair, Julian Maldonado. He goes against the grain.
That could be an issue down the road. I've seen the coaches go the same route as well. We don't see that this year. Nice little dump attempt by Wood, out of bounds. No dice. Ran out of real estate. We have Bishop McDevitt over here wrestling lower more in a AA semifinal. And now Wood earns a takedown 30 seconds in to the second period, makes it 4-2.
One thing Garnet Valley is very good at, all the way from top to bottom, is riding top.
Oh, yeah. We were talking about that. You know, again, they're one of those teams that they're relentless. They'll stay on you with the bars, the tilts. You got to watch the tilts down there. They're tilting, machine. And Sheridan's doing a good job fighting it off right now. Trying to dig that arm out here to our near side. Got good pressure on the back of the elbow. Sheridan's not really moving though. See how long Marino lets that go. I mean, no attempt to come off the bottom here. His head down. Both guys now. There it is.
There it is.
Called the top man though. It looked like to me. So either way, it could have gone either way. That call. I'm in agreement.
Sheridan's got about 25 here to work out. It'd be nice to take a 5-2 lead going into the third.
Trying that switch, nothing there. Now, Wood looking at the clock so he can ride it out. Did a nice job here getting the 2 points from his feet. So, see where Sheridan goes. Sheridan will probably go down. I don't know.
He looked good on his feet.
He's going to go down. He's got that stalling warning on Wood. So, good move going down. Sheridan's up and out.
Good job. Sheridan out there. 5-2 ahead in here. About a minute 45 to go in his third period.
Yeah, Wood's got to be feeling a little more confidence too after that last takedown. So, but he's got to get busy. He's got to get active. He needs a takedown and some more just to get even. Nice shot by Sheridan. Outside dump. Like that a lot.
Ooh,
a little flurry on the line again.
Yeah, nothing there.
Nah, no control.
Good call by Marino there.
Yeah, Sheridan had him wrapped, but Wood was facing forward and fighting, so good call. Now Sheridan's busy again. He's got busy hands. This is, again, one of these Boyertown kids steps in like Sheridan, young kid, and just wrestles Boyertown style. And, it may be enough to beat these Garnet Valley wrestlers just because they're Boyertown, with this experience in this tournament alone over the last several years. I mean, they've been, stalwarts here in not only being here, but advancing to the state tournament. And Garnet Valley's had a taste over the last, 5 years or so. Actually, the last decade, they've been a district dual, standout as well, but not at this level as Boyertown.
Hey, you look at the top 8, and it's almost year in and year out. You generally see the same teams that are here. It's credit to the coaches.
So now we got a warning on Sheridan. So
both guys have it.
Yep, 37 seconds. That may not mean anything, but nonetheless, they're there to be called.
And I had a chance to talk to Coach Tony Haley over there from Boyertown, and he mentioned
nothing. Still going.
Mentioned how important the first match of this meet is. He said this is a toss-up match. If they get this, they're in good shape.
Oh yeah.
Takedown, beautiful.
Yeah, good work by Sheridan. Sheridan kept wrestling through the entire match here, and now he's got a 7-2 lead. He can kind of cruise with 10 to go, and that's a nice win for Boyertown here to start this match. And there's another stalling call. Marino's going to let him fly too. So make it 8-2 final.
Boyertown wins that first toss-up match of the day.
As we move to 132 here. They all look the same with the blonde hair.
I know. I mean, there's some guys like Terra. Terra doesn't look. Robert Terra does not look good in blonde hair. Neither does Jacob Miller.
So we have Paludi here for Garnet Valley, one of their standout wrestlers for this Garnet Valley team. And Noah Fisher for Boyertown.
Fisher coming in with a 5-11 record. Lottie 19-7.
Yeah, and this is where I think Garnet's going to look for some bonus points, but Fisher's establishing control right away.
And at any weight class, if Pulai goes down to 20, I think he's a ranked wrestler, but at 126 and 132 weight classes in District 1, it's tough.
Agreed. Yeah, so the Jaguars definitely need to get some points here. So I expect him to open up a little bit. And it looks like they really like the dump. And best way to stop a dump is with a mixer. And Fisher, Fisher stopped that dump with a mixer and then kept wrestling and got the takedown. So beautifully done.
You think a match like this, Boyertown coach Dave Jones is sending Fisher out, and his job is go 6 minutes. Prevent bonus. That's just as good as a win. But he's got a lead right now, 2-0 with about 45 seconds left in the first here. Fisher's wrestling really, really well right now.
Yeah, and again, I think that's just that team, experience. Actually the whole experience coming to these duels and being prepared, keeping your weight where it needs to be, staying conditioned, getting proper rest. This is a Boyertown team that is well traveled.
And when you look at Boyertown, look at it earlier in the year, tough losses to O&J and Springford. They're peaking at the right time right now. They picked the perfect time. They're hitting it all cylinders as a team at the perfect time.
Really trying to scoot over here. Yeah, we talked about that off camera. Fisher's a little bit of trouble, but he gets himself back in position. Yeah, talking about peaking at the right time, because this is a nice little stretch here. You're going to have to wrestle Monday. Whichever team advances here, whether they finish 3 or 4, they're wrestling Monday. So talk about peaking. If you're peaking right now and you roll into Monday, and, you might have a team from District 3, that number 3 team that is, they come out of a rough tournament themselves in that District 3 grind with Cumberland Valley, Cedar Cliff, and, you might catch them and get yourself up to Hershey for Thursday's, round of 16.
Another credit to Boyertown. You look at the PAC conference. 3 of the 4, or the 3 teams that are in the PAC in the same division are wrestling today. O&J wrestling right now against the Chamois, Springford in the final, and Boyertown right here. All these teams wrestle each other all year round. In the rooms in the summer, these guys are literally beating on each other all year round just to get to this point.
Both guys have a chin and a underhook there. So they're mixing up the officials here. They're going to alternate. I'm not a big fan of it myself. I like consistency with the officials, but
I agree,
nonetheless, if you look around the guys on the mats, these officials, their experience, they obviously are paired together for a reason. Flutie with a nice
dump, looking for 2 there.
Trying to come back around.
Now, speaking of officials and changing officials, Mark Marino on the outside right now in that previous match, that would have been 2. The way he called that quick 2 that previous match, changing the officials, that it could very well be 4-2 right now.
Right, that's what I agree with. You got to have that consistency, but nonetheless, wrestlers are going to have to adapt at districts and regionals. You're going to have a different ref on the mat pretty much every time, or at least every other time that you see an official. So you got to go hard, for 6 minutes, regardless who's in the stripes. Now Fisher kind of really stuck on his belly here.
And I think that's his job. I think his job is to go 6 minutes. Right now it's 2-2. The advantage is Fisher right now. He's doing his job. Pilati looks a little frustrated up top. Fisher's not really working up.
Yeah, he's jumping around both sides, looking for any opening he can get. Now he's got a half. Trying to run it over the top. See what he does here. He's going with some double boots. It's going to be potentially dangerous. Yeah, good call there. So Paludi looks for a leg, but he doesn't get it. Now Fisher comes out at the buzzer. We're going to talk about this one. They're going to wave it off. So no points. So it's tied 2-2 going into the third. Nice conversation there by the officials.
It's a good job making, having assistants to make that call.
Yeah, check with the clock. The assistant's job is to keep an eye on the clock. So definitely good call. Marino just wanted to let him know that it was at the buzzer, and but there really wasn't a whole lot of separation at that buzzer. So, it looks like maybe a takedown could do it here if Paludi gets clear. for one guy. Oh, now Fisher getting a cradle.
Got that locked up.
He's got it locked up.
Two, he's
getting back
there
points.
It is.
He's getting a solid set of 3. I think he's got a 5 count and 3 being held. So that's just huge. And now you just keep this cradle lock for 122.
This would be absolutely huge for Boyertown.
Trying to scoop the leg with his bull wrap cradle and load it up and go for more. He is going to go for more. Official keeping a real close eye on this cradle. Doesn't like how the leg is going. So Fisher just has to kind of be patient here and not force anything. The last thing you want is a stop here. Now he's got that knee over the head, and that's where Official is concerned. But
yeah, Fisher's job is to keep that thing locked.
And he's got to control. He's not really hurting Paludi at all. So
yeah, he's not trying to readjust. He's not trying to go ahead and aside. He's just hanging out, and he's happy with that.
Now he's going for the fall. He's going to try and get the fall here. 30 seconds ago, he's trying to adjust. He's going to get this knee a little bit higher up on the shin. Looking at the clock to see how much time he has to get it. See if he tries to force it here. 10 to go, still pressing. And Fisher did the right thing, staying locked.
This is a huge win for Boyertown.
Going to a bar and a leg. I don't know what that was, but 5-2 your final. And Fisher stealing another one for Boyertown, 6-0 on the team score, and the Bears out to an early lead. This is what they do to you. They don't let you get any momentum. So Gavin Hollingsworth out for Garnet Valley, one of their really talented wrestlers. He gets right to work with a nice double leg takedown finish.
Looks like he's wrestling Evan Detweiler, Jr., 2-12 record.
Hollingsworth is looking for a little tilt as they get near the line. Marino back in control of the officiating duties.
Looks like Hollingsworth's going to let him go and try to get some points here going on.
He's got some nice ink to boot. Garnet's got the names on the back of the jerseys. I love that as well. Another shot across for that knee. Great attack on the legs. See if he finishes with that double again.
If he tries to take this up in the air, if he's going to try to transition it up, he's taking him up.
Looking for a hug, maybe. Trying to climb the back, he does.
Trying to utilize
takes him right to his back.
Backs right there. Looks like he only got a 4 count, so he's only going to get 2 there.
But he's opening up a little lead here, 6-1 now, 30 seconds to go, just about. So real good work here by Gavin Hollingsworth for the Jaguars to try and get some points back in this dual meet. Maybe 6. He's got 27 seconds. He's got Detweiler in deep trouble here.
Got that pretty tight. He's coming up on 20 seconds here. There it is.
So Hollingsworth squares things up at 6 in the dual meet. That's exactly what the Jaguars needed. Mike's working overtime, getting the names here.
I believe that's Desmond Perry.
Perry is correct for Garnet Valley.
Brock Babb.
Brock Babb. We saw both Babbs last night.
Yep, senior 2-0 right now. Perry coming in with a 9-11 record.
Kind of flying through here into our 4th match already. A
lot of action. These guys are really wrestling that inside circle. They're not working that outside edge. Both teams, credit to both teams for that, and credit to both referees for keeping the action moving. As we were saying, that first bout at 126 was a swing match. This is another one too. I mean, neither wrestler has a resume that it's like really worth noting. Perry 9-11 and Babs 2-0.
Yeah, Bab just cracking the lineup here last night. So what a better way to crack the lineup and get 2 victories and come into this Consi semifinal.
Again, those 2 victories are at district duels, so it's not like he's wrestling against,
chopped liver.
He's not fishing.
Both guys are active here. No real clean shots, but both guys working hard. Perry tries to get an outside shot and had his head down, but he recovers well. Bab kind of hanging on. This could be trouble for him if Perry can come out.
You got to get his hips up there. Got to get his hips up. Or clear out and get out of bounds.
They're on that line. They're letting it wrestle out on the line. I like that. Saw a lot of that last night with Kurt Weinberger letting guys wrestle all the way out to the edge, and that's what we want to see. Oh, nice little jab whizzer there by Bab. It was a beauty right to Perry's back at the buzzer for see if he got the full 5. Nope, ran out of time, but nonetheless, huge throw right there by Bab. And I'll be honest with you, I made a living on that move in college, Mike. Just ask Coach Jones; he'll tell you. He'll verify. It's a high risk but high yield move.
And you were lucky enough to wrestle at Lebanon Valley, right? When I got there, the program
they dropped it for you.
Unfortunately was not there for me to have that opportunity.
Yeah, Rick Beard's trying to bring it back. I mean, it's going to be difficult with the Title IX and a lot of stuff going on with that. But, I think down the road, I think Lebanon Valley's going to try and bring that back because that's a great conference out there for Division III wrestling.
Good to see it there for Bab. Now it's 5-0. About a minute 30 left in the second period.
Oh, great dump by Bab. Bab is just unloading on Perry right now.
He's looking for
keeping that arm. He's still got that arm.
Should be right there.
There it is. 1 count. 1-1. There's 1. There's 1.5. 1, 2.
There it is.
So Bab's going feet to back now twice with the takedowns.
So now we're looking at a 10-0 score here.
Tackle on 3 more. So a 10-point lead, a major. Looking good right now for Brock Bab. And I'll tell you what, I mean, credit Dave Jones too. I mean, this is a young coach, second-year guy. I mean, he's putting a lineup together different every time out. I mean, this is probably the 5th time we've seen them, and it has not been the same lineup at all, and injuries and things like that nonetheless. But I think this is just wonderful, mastery of his lineup. Putting guys in where he knows he can get victories, and Bab is just proving them right.
And when you look at this lineup, outside of Connor Neuschwander and Jacob Miller, everyone else are freshmen and sophomores.
Yeah,
like this team's going to be around for a couple years.
Yeah, and we at the beginning of the season we kind of held ourselves to saying they're not reloading. It's not a reload. It's not a rebuild. It's a program, and these young kids come up and hey, if they're the varsity guy, they're in. There's no questions. There's no developing these guys. They come prepared for PIAA wrestling as freshmen.
And you
nice switch here by Bab.
And you look at their middle school programs. Zach Hefner, who came up through the ranks. Jeremy Minnick. These guys are the guys that are taking over the middle school program. So they're keeping it within their own selves. So these guys who are coaching middle school wrestlers know about Boyertown style wrestling.
Sure, and the system doesn't change. Probably from the club level on up. Another
set of back.
Yeah, another 5 count coming here. And Bab is just this thing's over.
Looks like we're going to get a tech here. It's going to be
there. It is
15-0.
Tech fall for Bab, just workmanlike from feet to back. 15-0 shutout. Now Boyertown leads 11-6. Some excitement over here in Double A. McDevitt, lower more, and we don't see the team score, but see some Double A action. I'd like to see.
It's like Garnet Valley's going to send out Ethan Cooper, 6 and 13.
And let's see who this is. This is Brett Brider out for Boyertown. We've called this name a lot this year, so Brider's got some experience here. And this is another good matchup here for the Bears.
Yeah, Brider's a senior too. I forgot to mention him as one of those 3 seniors coming in with a 23-9 record. Nice quick takedown there.
Yeah, and Brider's all over Cooper here. Brider's got a leg in. Can't really see what he's working on top there. Trying to fish an arm, but nothing there. Yeah, smart move there. Just lets him go. I don't know if that was Tony Haley yelling, cut him. I'm picking it up on the other mic from Tony Haley. That's a distinguished shout to his wrestler. So Brider cuts him. He's got 52 seconds to get some more. And Cooper needs to keep pace with Brider right now. Nice little rush. He took that right off.
And the thing is, this is a really important match for Garnet Valley because Boyertown's really getting ready to get into their heart of their lineup with Mortimer and Alexander and Jacob Miller. This is one of those matches where Garnet Valley really needs to win this match. At least keep it to 3 at minimal.
Yeah, and Garnet Valley does count on bonus points for their team score. I don't know if we're going to see that today. I mean, obviously they got a decent heavyweight coming up, but Boyertown can make a move up top to kind of extend their lineup with Miller. We've seen that before, so I'm assuming they're going to go that route today, or else they take their points where they are.
Brider with a late takedown there in the first 4-1, heading into the second. Brider taking down. Really in control of this match.
Nice little turn. Keeps it going. 1, 2, 3, and up. And that's that chain wrestling we like from the bottom. Sit out, turn to your feet. So 5-1. Brider looking for more from his feet. He's just a busier wrestler right now. Little dump attempt. Slips if it keeps that arm.
He keeps it and he gets his backers.
Yep.
That's the 3rd or 4th time now we've seen that happen with Boyertown.
Maybe they practiced last night when I got back to the gym. This could be a finish here for Brider. He can get chest on chest here and finish. He's got a full 120 to do it. See if Cooper can hang in. I'm thinking not. Now Marino's got to get down in there. Not much up now. There it is.
Like we're going to get it.
Yeah, it's coming.
There it is.
So Brider just putting the emphasis on that one. 17-6 now, the Bears, and Garnet Valley's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah,
they can't get momentum, and lineup's kind of stalling out on them a little bit every other time. And you called it. They may forfeit here. Yep, they're going to forfeit to Mortimer.
So maybe
no surprise there.
Maybe they're going to move Flippone up to take on freshman Alexander for Boyertown.
So that'll extend the lead to 23-6. That is Alexander, correct?
Yep.
So Alexander comes out for Boyertown.
Had the opportunity to watch Alan grow in the youth levels. He wrestled at Pottsgrove's youth level, even at the middle school, before moving over to Boyertown this year, coming in as a freshman. He's a heck of a wrestler. He's scrappy. He's strong. Don't mistake his strength with his speed and his skill. He's very, very talented.
Yeah, Austin Filippone here for Garnet Valley, confirmed by Mike.
And being, as a freshman, having the opportunity to wrestle with, Mortimer and Jacob Miller every day, it's definitely got to make you a better wrestler as your season goes through.
Yeah, having a room like that, throw in those assistant coaches, and you got something going there.
That's just an example of his strength right there, just being able to toss Philippone.
Yeah, and he just cuts him. Yeah, it's a smart move. Don't get yourself in trouble there. Get back to your feet where you just got a takedown. Philippone is definitely trying to match the intensity. Boyertown's got to be a little fired up, too, after that big loss to Council Rock South last night. I mean, I know they came back and, won their second match, but I think they're a little hungry today to get back to Hershey.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they definitely don't want to dye their hair blonde for nothing. They want to make sure that they get something out of it.
Well, I'm guessing there was a professional job this year. I mean, they definitely have better hair dye jobs this year than they have in the past. So
I was
just looking around. So I'm gonna have to see who that was, because I could use some hair tonic myself.
I see Coach Adam Kolb over there, and I remember a few years ago when he was on his team and his hair was dyed. It was more of an orange than a blonde.
I've seen their orange color before.
But I should say that when Pete Ventresca was a coach there, he did dye his hair once. I think Coach Jones, I think if they're wrestling on Monday night, I think the team should put
a little pressure on them.
Yeah, he would look good as a blonde, that's for sure.
Mike, we might be going to Downtown for that one. I hope you travel well. And we'll just stay there the whole week at Hershey. I mean, it's in the budget, right? Got to get Kennedy Industries here to back us up. Jack Kennedy sold the company this year to the maker of the chemicals, and they're still local, and hopefully they'll still be willing to support some of our wrestling endeavors here in District 1. Alexander doing a really good job there trying to get to his feet. 10 seconds in, he was almost out. I expect him to do the same right now here and get out under 10 seconds. Rocky hands now on Philippone, and Philippone's just going to have to let him go or else go neutral or an optional start. Do we have Mancini Herb over there?
So I'm trying to see what's going on over here.
I think Neshaminy was looking for that match, knowing that they may be a little overmatched in that one, but see if we can get Mike to check that out.
I know when I was talking with the O&J guys, that's definitely a match that they were trying to chase. But, Herb could take on any one of those guys, and it still would be a good match. But I think the Mancini matchup is what O&J was looking for, because that could really neutralize. I think Mancini's better than Herb. I think that would definitely take a hit for Neshaminy if that matchup were to happen.
Yeah, but like I said, I think Neshaminy was thinking that all in all with the matchup with that O&J Murderer's Row in the middle into those upper weight classes is just a little much for them, even though looks like it is Herb and Mancini. So 1-0 over there right now. Herb with an escape. So sorry we can't get a video camera on that one, but got some good action here right now with Alexander stepping right over for 2.
Looks like he's trying to thread that.
A little sloppy there, but he got the reversal. 5-1 now. 45 seconds to go. So still some time for Alexander to pick up more points and start thinking bonus with a major. And that would really be in the Bears' favor to pick up bonus here in this swing bout. Kind of action's been slowed down right now. Alexander has that leg tied up, and Philippone really can't do much at all.
I mean, with 8 bouts to go and Boyertown being favored in 2 or 3 of them, this is one of those matches here where Garnet Valley really, you want to really limit, any bonus points here.
So the period ends with 5-1 score in favor of the Bears. Mancini with a takedown over there, and Herb So 2-1 now in that one. You'll read about it later. So Philippone on top here to start the third. Nice mat return. Philippone feels a little sense of urgency now, Mark.
Yeah, he's got 2 minutes to get a turn and get a turn or try to let him up, but that's a lot of work to do on his feet.
Working that tilt. Alexander comes out nice hip place there to come around. And now he's back to his feet, trying to turn, face, maybe a mixed flying cement job now. Maybe.
I think he just wants to get out.
Just trying to square up.
Hoops on the hip or thigh here.
He still might be thinking it, trying that outside cradle. I like that counter too.
He had a good opportunity to get out of there. It looks like he tried to go in and try to look for 2 instead of 1. But when you're up 5-1, minute to go,
2-2 now over there. Herb and Mancini. Herb with a good switch to a clear low cutoff. And they're back to their feet, neutral 2-2 as they head into the third. Good. Philippone doing a nice job right now, keeping him down, but he needs points. So not sure what the thought process is here. You got to cut the guy if you can't turn him, and he's been almost unable to do that with Alexander. In fact, Alexander's got an escape and a reversal to his credit right now.
To be honest with you, Alexander looks and gets a major here. I think this match is out of hand. I think Boyertown were their favorite, probably 3 more bouts here.
At least 3 more bouts.
He gets bonus here.
Outside of 285, coming back around with Maldonado, they're in good shape. We were in this position a minute ago.
Yep.
25 seconds to go in the match, and
Alexander's
just got to be careful here now not to expose himself, give up any backs.
He's got a whizzer in.
Nice chin whizzer, kind of threaded it right through with the whizzer. Real nice job there.
Good job. All he's got to do is hang out here.
Yeah, he wants the 2 though. Good hand fighting going on. Time's going to run out. And it's going to end 5-1 for Alexander. So there's 3 more, make it 26-6. And Boyertown just having their way right now with the Jaguars from Garnet Valley. Reversal by Mancini makes it 4-2 now. Ticking down close to a minute left in the third. All of Herb's points have come from escapes.
Got some noise coming over here from this AA duel.
Yeah, things must be tight over there. They're back around to 106 already. So that match is flying.
You got Preston Fox here for Boyertown. He's a sophomore with a 5-3 record. Taking on Dylan Conlon. He's a junior with a 13-11. This could be there's real no dominant favor here in this match.
Yeah, and Fox, another one of these guys, getting into this Boyertown lineup. Very serviceable for Coach Jones. Good double, right to a single. He's got to run his feet a little bit more. There he does.
Looks like Mancini's taking a 6-2 lead here late in the third. Looks like he's going to seal that deal there.
But a good match for both guys, setting them up for the postseason. Those are the kind of matches you want to see here at the district duels.
And kudos, I know this is part of the matchup game, but for this match to happen, Coach Bing, not moving him up or, keeping him down, like for that match to happen in district duels is a credit to both coaches as well.
Right, because we just saw a forfeit here to, Mortimer from the Garnet Valley team. And again, not saying they didn't have somebody there or not. It's just, you can't give 6 in a district duel match unless, you have surefire 6 coming back, and they gave 6 and then they came back and gave up a loss. So it really didn't help them at all. That match is over now over there. So a couple of forfeits to end that match. I'm not sure who the winner was. in that AA matchup. I'm assuming it was Lower Moreland just by sheer numbers alone. I think McDevitt had some holes, but I could be wrong. My apologies to Bishop McDevitt. They're the winners over there, putting up 45 points on Lower Moreland. So those forfeits that we saw on the pinfalls that we heard were going in McDevitt's favor. Well, McDevitt's been here a couple times. They're that District 12 rep here, you know, for this District 1 duels in the AA. They're the only ones that seem to enter. It's always, you know, Lower Moreland and New Hope Soulbury every now and then, but now it's all about Faith Christian. So McDevitt's going to have their hands full later this afternoon in that final.
Heading into the second period here, it's 0-0. Fox taking top here. Looks like he's
Conlon does a nice job getting one.
Actually, I think Colin took down there.
Well, you're working the score like a scorebook over there. Mike, we're going to need a scorebook for the second match. That's what I do at baseball games. I'm old school. A nice slide by there. Just comes right behind. Gets the two. So Fox, sneaky like a fox, gets that takedown on the edge. That's why you got to keep wrestling on the edge, Mark. I mean, how much do we preach that? I mean, over the years, I've gone to a drill where we work the edge. And, you know, if you don't do that, kids are just so, you know how their mat awareness is. It's terrible. As a, you know, youth wrestler, you come in, you have no mat awareness. Junior high, you're either dominating a kid or, you know, you're very technically sound or learning the sport. But when you get here at this level, you have to know that on the edge, it's very, very important to wrestle things out.
Well, I agree. And I also think now that, you know, now that you can earn falls and out of bounds, you know, it kind of changes the game a little bit.
And, you know, again, with 1 foot in from both wrestlers, you can wrestle on the edge a little bit and score takedowns. I mean, you can shoot back in from being out almost.
I think that, well, then the counter that the only fear is now that, you know, with the force outs, or not force outs, but, you know, fleeing the mat, you know, if you're working that outside edge and you know, you're getting a shot, you know, you get a shot on you and you go out of bounds, that fear in your head that you're going to give up a point for fleeing the mat.
Right, but I think officials are accommodating of that, and we haven't seen that. I think we saw one last night, Mike. We saw one. I think that's the first one we've seen mostly all year. And I really think it's the officials' adaptation to the new ruling is good. And I can't say that every year with other rulings.
Now I know we
nice little scoot.
It's moving. Beautiful
nice
job.
Counter by Conlon. Conlon with a great counter to take the lead. 4-2. Now a little life in that Garnet Valley bench.
Got some noise over there.
I think Mike has that on camera. So little life now for Garnet Valley as we head into the third. And Conlon with a 4-2 lead. So let's see if he can keep the pace here with Fox, because Fox has been explosive at times in this match.
Colin doing a good job working out on the side, not riding parallel, you know, just hanging in there, 4-2 lead. Looks like he's getting some support there from his Garnet Valley teammates. Oh, he's got a turn here, got a 2 count.
Yeah, and he's still got that bar. See if he can fish in a one-on-one or a hook and try and run this bar now. Here he comes out to the side, see if he goes with a big step.
This would be a really big win for Garnet Valley here, you know, as we start getting in the later stages of the match. I don't know if it's going to be enough. I mean, he gets a fall here. Now we got a whole different ball game.
Fox needs to sit up with that. Too late. Now he's getting turned.
There's your fall.
So that is huge for the Jaguars. Conlon earning a fall. Scoring it in 4:53.
There we go, heading into 82. So Boyertown's going to be sending out Jacob Miller. He's ranked number 1 at 195.
We are at 195. You missed the forfeit. And we have Sam DiTrulio coming out for Garnet Valley. So, again, on paper here, obviously, Bears are favored, but, you know, keeping it to a minimum with the major would probably be in the best interest of Garnet Valley. But I have a feeling you're going to see Miller open up here once he gets rolling. The mask didn't seem to affect him last night.
Some guys actually prefer to wear the mask, even if they don't have something wrong. I've known a few guys who wanted to wear a mask. They got stitches in December, and it's February, and they're still wearing the mask.
Yeah, to get the mask, man, you know, mystique going, a little intimidating.
It's tough to head tap. I
think as long as your vision's good, and it looks like the vision is good for Miller through the mask. I mean, that's really the most important part, where that chin strap. And you see he has it off the chin strap, sitting on the top of his chin, right below his lip, and that's the way to wear it. You don't have any chin issues. Miller trying to go with this chew half. We saw this before. Nothing there, so he goes back to his cradle. Big crossface delivered right there. Kept it legal. Some silence in the gym for the first time today.
It does look like it's starting to fill in here.
Yeah, those first round matches.
Yeah, and I would think like these matches are more exciting than anything else, because
these are the ones that are, yeah, this is the one that kind of stamps your ticket to the state dual bracket, whether it's a wrestle-in or not.
It's like when you go to regions, that region Conti.
Oh yeah.
Quarterfinal. Back then it used to be the semifinal, was more exciting than watching the actual semifinals.
Yeah, and with us getting 5, that couple of those matches are huge. Yeah, you probably have 2 sets of matches now at regionals that are, the top level matches that you're going to see. I mean, don't get me wrong, guys winning the semis, getting to the finals, obviously stamp their tickets early, but coming back through in that consolation semis, like you said, they're huge, and then that 5th, 6th match has just turned into a great thing. Some excitement behind us with some throws with the chamois, and Jay. And Jay just coming off a fall. Take a little bit of a lead in that dual meet score, 19-10 now. I don't know if that's accurate, but
and that's a match that literally could go either way. It's not like nothing against Garnet Valley, but when you look at Boyertown where they're at right now, like you knew that Boyertown was a favorite going into this match.
Oh yeah, especially after beating them earlier in the season. And that was with a Boyertown lineup that wasn't even had begun to shape up to what it is today. I mean, Mike can attest to that. I mean, and we saw this Garnet Valley team beat some really good teams early. I mean, they beat Council Rock North. They beat some other teams, early, and that's where Garnet Valley established themselves. So maybe they were, we talk about that peaking. I mean, they peaked a little early in my mind, and I was kind of surprised to see them as high as they were seated. And, that was one of Joe and I's contentions earlier in the year with our rankings. And, Garnet Valley proved me wrong. And here they are. But, Boyertown, like you said, I just think they're the superior team at this point in the season. Miller kind of slowed down a little bit here, and I think we just had a stalling call on Garnet Valley. One escape.
Kind of think Miller would open up here, try to put on a show, seal the deal, maybe get a fall here, and get this Boyertown crowd going crazy. Because at this point, a fall here for Boyertown can kind of really put this thing out of the contention here for Garnet Valley. But Miller just looks content right now.
And DeTrulio kind of is defending well, I can say. But again, Miller's kind of a slow starter. I mean, he really is. You know, he never puts himself in any type of jeopardy, so he's not always looking to score. But when he does, you know, they come in bunches. And actually, that stalling warning, I believe, was on
good little pick
Miller.
there.
So here we go, just as I was saying, with 12 seconds left. He's got 10 to finish here.
Looks like he's got him there.
This is big trouble now. 5 to go. See if he can survive. Oh, I don't know what was up there, Mike. Did you zoom in on that? So Marino saving DeTrulio there from a pinfall. So we'll see what Miller does here from top.
I think Miller's going to go optional. He's
looking mixer. He's forcing stuff. Coach Haley's yelling, take it if you have to. So they definitely want to fall at this point. I mean, he's going to go neutral, try and go feet to back again. I think this is a good decision by Boyertown. And Miller really moves like a middleweight, you know, in this, you know, upper weight class. So I'm really impressed with him. I'm really curious to see how he does this year individually at the PIAA, you know, championships, because I think he can do some damage if he wrestles like he has all year long. I think he's going to have to be a little more technical, a little more, you know, careful with some of the bigger guys he's going to see at this weight, but definitely has some ability to get onto the podium.
I think on his feet, I think it's one area where I think he definitely, you know, being able to watch him the last 3 years, somewhere where he needs to get a little bit of improvement is on his feet. I mean, on top, he's a monster on top. But you see him get a little bit more work on his feet. I think he's got some time. He's got the coaches to make it happen. You know, he gets there. You're right. He could do some damage at Hershey.
So he's got a minute to work here. He's holding the major at 11 to 2.
Looks like he just picked up another point for Stahl.
Yes, he did.
So he's got a 10-point lead.
Trying to hook an arm. He's looking for a tie inside, looking for a toss.
I think DeTrulio really is just kind of hanging on, not really making an effort. He's just in it to finish a 6-minute match.
See if he comes back up and tries a pancake here.
Good job working out. It was a little uncomfortable situation there for Miller, being able to be strong and just kind of pull his way out of bounds.
Miller's gassing not from the match itself, but just from the effort to try and get DeTrulio to his back. The bench is making him work hard for this fall. But DeTrulio's doing his job, like you said. He's not putting himself in any bad, positions.
Beautiful takedown.
Yeah. Nice little pinwheel there. So we're back to neutral. So Miller's got 22 seconds to go feet to back, try and finish DeTrulio, but got a feeling time's not going to be in his favor. Oh, I'm wrong.
There it is.
Look. You can't shoot like Batman.
Looks like Miller's going to get that tech here.
He does.
Great job, great effort all the way around.
Wow. So the tech fall comes, and that's just tremendous. So 31 to 12 now. Miller with the tech fall, telling me to keep quiet over here. I got time. So we got Joe Marone now out for Garnet Valley.
Maroon's going to be taking on Jacob Sandra. Sandra, 29, he's a senior. Maroon, 10-5. He's a senior as well. So he's got that shoulder brace on. Whether he's had current injury or had something happen earlier in the year, I'm not really haven't had the opportunity to see Garnet wrestle this year.
Yeah, Marone's a really tall wrestler. Gives him a nice advantage with the height, but again, Saunders been wrestling some big battles this season for, Boyertown. So again, this is kind of one of those toss-up matches, but I'm favoring Saunders just based on scheduling alone. Nothing against the Jaguar schedule, but Boyertown travels, like I said, well, and they step up to every major tournament they get an opportunity to take advantage of.
Saunders coming in his match, 40-32 overall record. His regional qualifier last year.
And we have some dancing bears, Mike. That's Joe's line. I'm sure you know that by now. If you've listened. Actually, Mike, I'm hearing that people are watching the matches with the volume down. Mark tells me. Some of his buddies say that, yeah, we're going to watch it with the volume down. So we'll give you silence out there if you want it.
Let you soak in this 220-pound bout. Looks like there's a lot of noise coming over here.
Looks like we got a good one over there with Neshaminy and Owen J.
Looks like it's 19-10 Owen J right now.
Yeah, Gunnar Spain and not sure who that is for Owen J, but they're in a battle 10-8.
Looks like it's going to be 19-13 Owen J right now after that bout.
And it's 0-0 here. Yeah, I don't know if that team score's right. It can't be. That team score can't be right over there, Mike, at 19-13. There's no way, right? Sorry, we're trying to figure out what's going on in that match behind us. So Saunders here starting on top to start this second period. Boyertown in a very comfortable lead, 31-12 in this dual meet. And they're punching their ticket here on this Sanford mat. Blue and yellow. And then we have two of the Who's Number One mats here from Flow. Flow allowing us to use their mats here, compliments of our relationships with Joe Stabilito through USA Wrestling and Flow Wrestling. I mean, these are the type of things that we do here in District 1, and, not saying that we're better than some of the other districts around the state, but we definitely have the connections.
Not only that, when you look at District 1 and what we're doing here with these live matches and, live streaming matches and what we're doing, you don't really see that happen much across the state as much as you see it here. I mean, District 11 and District 3 do a great job with their coverage, but it's...
Yeah, and they get some live TV coverage from the news stations up there in the valley, and I understand that. A little bit more PCN may pick up a match or two, but, the bottom line is, we're exposing the sport, from start to finish. There's a lot of blogging going on out there throughout the state and, with wrestling in general. But for us to bring it to you live and then, at least, streamed, the next day, I mean, for the wrestling fan and, for coaches and wrestlers, I mean, it's a great tool and opportunity to see what's going on here in our region. And we're going to keep doing it, I think. I mean, I don't see Mike stopping. So Joe loves it. I love it. And anybody that we can come here and help us be a guest like you, Mark, loves it. So
this is great. This is absolutely fun. Being able to watch great matches, great matchup, matchups. This is great. And
so we got 20 seconds left here. 1-0 now, the lead here for Marone with the escape. And we're going to be headed to overtime. I'm just going to throw that out right now.
Doesn't really look like either wrestler really wants to take that shot, to give up position. I mean,
you can't go under the tall guy. I mean, I get it. But I think Saunders had some opportunities to create an angle, and he has had no real leg attacks. both guys a little winded here. I mean, I'm guessing these guys get some first period falls every now and then at this weight class, Mark. We were talking about this weight class earlier. This would be one that we would let go if we're going to go to 13 weight classes and, keep that heavyweight in there and get rid of this 220. Maybe move the weight to 200 pounds.
I agree. I really feel like having two weights up top that really isn't filled all the time. When you got teams like right behind us, O&J, who have 7 or 8 guys that can only cover 5 weight classes, and those 7 or 8 guys could be regional state qualifiers on any other team.
Exactly. You're a proponent of adding one in the middle. So either way we go, getting rid of that 220, I think for most wrestling fans and coaches and wrestlers, we'd be fine. But we talked about keeping the football players around. We don't want them sucking weight, coming down from say 220 to 200, and I get it. Oh, Marone locks up a cradle. He only had one knee inbound, so Sonder needs to move off the bottom right here, Mark.
Yeah, really.
Or we won't be going to overtime.
Really isn't he's making one move, but it's stuff that we teach our guys is it's not your first move. It's about taking your second, and your third, and your fourth move. That's where you get your escape. You don't normally get your escape on your first move. It's generally your second.
A little better movement there. So they want one there. I don't know why it wouldn't be one.
Looked like Sonder was out.
Yeah, that's one.
Yeah.
So again, that's where having the mat judge, you don't have to second guess yourself. You can actually ask a question to the mat judge, and a good decision right there. So now we're looking at overtime.
And it looked like Marone was in bounds, and Sonder was the one that was out of bounds. And I think they called it out of bounds because Sonder was making that motion towards out of bounds.
Ooh. And the mic is intact. It's our first scare over here.
This could have very well been our last broadcast.
Well, I'm just letting you know, I just held the table. I was expecting you to take care of the wrestlers there.
I did post my hand out trying to brace 440 pounds of muscle with just my right hand. So I'm in on a shot. Head was down. Looks like Marone might be able to take advantage of this.
Yeah,
Marone
20 seconds.
There it is.
Stop that shot and then pick that ankle. Good job by Marone.
And this is what we were talking about earlier with, taking that shot at 220. Saunders' head was down. He wasn't in good position to take a shot, but I guess he didn't want it to go to overtime. But now he's going to lose here 3-1.
So 31-15 now on the board for the team score. So Garnet Valley has a little bit of life here with, their big man. I think this is our, one of our top-ranked wrestlers here at heavyweight, if not the number 1 ranked wrestler. I forget what the rankings are right now, but
Colton Deary is definitely 285 is a weight class where there's a lot of questions. We got Hunter Kathka from Sun Valley. We're waiting to see him return, seeing if he's going to go heavy. Hopefully he gets back soon. He's a great wrestler. He's great for District 1. But right now, Deary definitely is by far the number 1 ranked wrestler. 285.
Yeah, and the reason is too youth, size, and ability. He just is a goer, and he is very technically sound, and he's a large man. Yeah, Hunter Kack is, kind of going to be the biggest story of the postseason here in District 1. I mean, does he come back? Does he come back at heavyweight? What does he do? Does he wrestle just at districts? Now we got 2.
I think we got 2 in backs.
Now he's looking for that half. Deary trying to come out front. And now he's got it, and it's big trouble here for Tara.
And, talking about Katka, a couple years ago when I was at Pottsgrove, we had Pat Finn, who didn't wrestle.
There it is.
Yep, there's that fall. Finn didn't wrestle most of the season. He had a concussion during football season and, going back and forth.
I remember that.
And he came out a week before postseason started, and literally just made a run and all the way up to state finals. He was Thomas Haynes' last victim.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember Finn wrestling at the Wetzel the year before and, setting out then that whole next, majority of that year. And tough, not getting your bonus points. It was like David Heiser coming out for Boyertown. We talked about this move earlier, so it favors Garnet Valley in this matchup with Ricci coming out. And we talked off camera about this, so I guess Boyertown had to send first, so they sent David Heiser, and Garnet countered with Ricci, so we're going to see Maldonado. So Ricci needs to get 6 here because I think Maldonado's getting 6 in the next weight class. So
and David Hauser, he's a good little wrestler too.
Oh, he is.
I mean, he's
no.
scrappy.
No, definitely. David Heiser.
And
good bloodlines. I always say it about his dad. But yeah, you're right. He's gritty, getting experience every time out.
And with him and Maldonado going back and forth with 13 and 6, David Heiser has a lot of exposure wrestling 13. And when you there's a huge difference between wrestling 113 and 106. When you wrestle 13 and you then wrestle a 106.
Yeah, and David Heiser's kind of slapped together too, so he can handle the transition, giving up the weight strength-wise.
A little jack there. Oh.
Might have been the other way around. I think Garnet Valley may have had the pick, and they did send Ricci. I was mistaking Hussein for Ricci because you had mentioned off camera that was the move they were going to make. So yeah, this is in Boyertown's favor with David Heiser here coming out at 6, going against Ricci, and then Maldonado on Hussein. So yeah, good move by Coach Jones again. That's why I'm sitting over here broadcasting the match and not coaching anymore. Good hand fighting there by David Heiser, trying to come around and get 2 of his own. He's got to clear that leg. I don't know why kids don't high leg back anymore like we used to.
I think it puts you it makes you feel uncomfortable for that brief second. You feel like you're exposing your back as you're trying to high leg over, but still.
So David Heiser now working a bar, and he worked the bar last night.
He's got it, and it's beautiful too. Let's see if he has enough time to do something with it here.
We're coming up on 10 seconds. Likes the big step. He's got to keep it. Don't keep it legal. We saw that wing a couple times last night too. So good stoppage there. David Heiser reattacks. Gave up the 1 though, and probably he's frustrated with himself.
It looks like
David Heiser's very emotional out there on the mat. He knows he shouldn't have given that up, but he's got to get back to work.
Being a freshman, those are those lumps you take mentally as a freshman.
Hopefully, see if he goes back to this bar. Be the best thing for him. David Heiser's trying to get a lift.
He's got to be careful. He's got
good work though. Yeah, good work though. Making the effort. As long as you're making the effort, you're not going to get called.
But this is probably going to be a closer match. Let's, David Heiser's got to realize maybe just cut him. It's better to give up that 1 than worry about that stall call.
And then work your bar with another takedown. Now he's slapping the leg in. See what we can do with this legs, riding parallel with it, trying to get a little pressure. That cross face. Complete silence in the gym.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet right now.
Eerily quiet.
I don't know if the cafeteria has some amazing food or what the deal is.
Nah, the stands are kind of, like you said earlier, they've gotten a little more crowded since.
Oh, there it is. Ooh. About under a minute here. It's 2-1. David Heiser. He looks, controlling it on top. He's really, really, really trying to get that bar.
David Heiser back to the legs with that crab ride. Looking good on top this period.
About 35 seconds here in the second period. David Heiser's doing a great job just riding.
Trying to dig that bar out.
Richie really hasn't tried to improve, tried to work up. You know, it looks like he's not really getting any opportunities. You know, from the bottom point.
Good switch
there it is. There it is now.
My little Squadle. Got it.
He's got it.
So let's see if they give him an escape takedown or not. No, I'm just going to go with two back.
So now it's 4-1 going in the third here.
Good work by David Heiser to identify that. He literally had one choice there. Either bail or go with it, and he went with it.
Getting that nice escape here. Now we're looking at a 5-1, about a minute 45 in the third here.
And David Heiser's got some confidence now.
He's really in control of this. He's been in control of this entire match.
Yeah, if David Heiser's just got a bail there. We're going to tell him to cut him again. So David Heiser is going to get busy on his feet here.
He does have to work up. You know, he could get nailed there first off if he wants to hang out there a little bit.
5-3 now, and Richie back in on another shot immediately. David Heiser recovers with his hips. Now he's looking to pressure and score on his own.
You want to stay off your knees there.
He's got to really spike the hips here. They're out.
Good job.
David Heiser gets a little break with the line there. 6-3 now, 44 to go. And he's got to have hands down and ready.
He's tired.
David Heiser crowding here.
Good job.
Good work by David Heiser there, crowding that shot. And now he just needs to highlight back, and he's got it.
We were just talking about this.
There he goes. He just crawls behind, and that's two, make it 8-3. So David Heiser pretty much sealing the deal here for. Nope,
Stopped up for blood or injury.
David Heiser can hang on. They'll put this match away.
And seeing the size of those guys over there at this O&J match, if that's a 220 or a heavyweight match, and if O&J is taking advantage of this, that's huge because that's O&J's holes are up top. So if they can sneak one win out of those top three,
that's Dempsey over there right now. I don't know if that's 220 or 195 right now, but they did bump Dempsey up to 220 last night. So that team score, I guess, was right at 20. It's 22-13 still over there. Got Faith Christian in the house now, warming up. It'll be a 3 o'clock start regardless of the finish of these matches for our AAA and AA finals on match 1 and 2. And back here on the third mat will be the winner here of the Bears and the Jaguars versus the winner of the Chamonix O&J.
Which at this point here, with 10 seconds to go, Boyertown looks like they're going to seal this match here. David Heiser getting this win, 8-3.
And that'll do it. 8-3 is the final for David Heiser.
So it looks like the hair dye came through clutch here.
Yes, it did. Now we're going to see a decent matchup here.
Maldonado is a sophomore, returning regional qualifier. I believe he was a Pac-10 champion last year as well.
Yeah, and again, Sane makes the bump up to 13, and Maldonado's comfortable going either way, as you discussed earlier. And Maldonado last night was just fabulous. I like the USA Wrestling knee pad as well, I have to admit.
You know, 113 in the pack is pretty stacked. You got Shane Reynolds, you got him, you got Maldonado. You got David Forrest from O&J. So I mean, it's a grinder, you know, and all three of these guys are going to see each other in a couple weeks, you know, in the district tournament. We're revamping the way districts are run this year. We're only taking 4, you know, a year ago in the packs, you know, they took 5. You know, now they're only taking 4. It might make things a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, it's an interesting format. You know, this is going to be a 2-year experiment for sure, and we can always revamp it as we need to see, you know, see it work accordingly to get the best guys to regionals, to give our best guys an opportunity, you know, to get to states. But the bottom line is, you know, the league tournaments, the sectional qualifiers, if you will, of old, it's just kind of past its time. And
I agree.
so, you know, this is not, you know, like you said, this isn't maybe the best, you know, layout we have with 4 super districts or super sections. And, you know, we'll see. And, you know, the thing about that, you know, you have certain weight classes that obviously you can say the Suburban 1 League, you know, look at this. These guys are grinding week in and week out 3 times on the way to states. And in the pack, you have the same thing. So, you know, maybe we'll have to break that up a little bit more as we go down the road. But right now, I think we have the best geographic, you know, piece we can do with keeping leagues intact. There's some unhappy campers, but I think you'll be surprised that it'll all work out in the end this year.
I think one thing that a lot of teams, you know, that have the guys that are at regions and you know, go into states is that extra week off. We haven't had it
Ever.
since I remember. So this could be a great thing for us, or it could create rust. So we'll see how we react. District 3 does it, and you look at their success in postseason individually, and you know, you see how they are successful with it. You know, hopefully we can match that success.
So Maldonado 2-0 here as we get into the second period. And I can see a stalling warning coming from Hussein right now. He is just balled up, doing a little bit of hand fighting, but head down on the mat, belly down.
He's not looking to improve. He's just hanging out. Maldonado with a nice tilt there.
He's got a 2 count. He had that early. Now he's got another one.
He keeps driving him forward, which is actually turning him over. If he kind of goes backwards a little bit with it. He's got a 2 count though.
Little guy from the Chamois getting a fall.
It's a 31-19 match right now. It's like we're heading into 113. Really looks like it's going to be coming down to that 120 match there with I don't know who Neshaming's going to send out, but David Forrest for O&J. It may come down to him, you know, and he's been there, done that, and he's really improved, you know, over the past year. He's very impressive. You know, he's a scrappy wrestler. Looks like O&J got whoever's 13 over there. Looks like he ripped a headlock. Like
another tilt here by Maldonado at the buzzer, trying to pick up a 5 count. Looks like he does, so that'll make it 7-0 going into the third. It's actually 31-25 over there. So, and there goes the fall to O&J. So back to Maldonado and Hussein here. Maldonado starts on the bottom of the third period, leading 7-0, working his way up. Gets control and clear for one, so make it 8-0 with a major now. And looking for more.
I think that may have sealed the deal over there for O&J. And if that's the case, then it looks like the pack will be sending 3 teams to state duels. Springford, Russell, and Council Rock later on the night. Boyertown here, and O&J on the map behind us.
Yeah, I think there's 2 bouts left there. They need a fall, 2 falls at least to get tied up, and 1 swing back, because I think they close at 1:20. Yeah, you're right. So it's over there. So I don't think they're getting 2 falls.
Maldonado really in charge and in control here in this match. 10-0 with a minute to go. Really seems like he did not allow Hussein any opportunity in this match. Controlled it from once the whistle blew all the way through.
Yeah, and Maldonado kind of showed some maturity in this match. He really has been patient, hasn't forced things, and we watched him wrestle a match against O&J with Josh Jackson, and he kind of caught up in Jackson's flurries and came out on the wrong end a couple times and ended up getting stuck. So I think Maldonado again, kind of takes a little bit away from each match, and he's been in the wings trying to get into this, position to get himself to states. And again, like you say, he's going to have a rough road, but this is a kid that has big aspirations as he grows.
And especially staying down at 106 this year for postseason, it bodes really well for him. Normally when you start at 106 as a freshman, to stay there, maybe your sophomore and junior year. If you look at him, he looks all of 100 pounds, but he's put together pretty well.
Yeah, he is. So that'll do it. 10-0. 4 more makes it 38-21 in the Bears' favor. So we got 1 to go here at 120.
We got Griffin Hollinsworth here going out against, and then Chance Babb. Hollinsworth is a returning regional qualifier. He's a sophomore. Last year he's banged up last year for a lot of the season, and came back right at the end of the season for Garnet Valley. Put together a really solid run. I think he shocked a lot of people last year at districts. I think he beat Maldonado at 6. I think he went in there and kind of shocked the world and kind of put himself on the map. And he has a lot of success. Russell's a lot of freestyle in the offseason with his brother. So this should be kind of a one-sided match here.
Yeah, and again though, Babb has filled in and done a decent job for the Boyertown Bear team. So I don't want to wrestle any Boyertown Bears. I mean, they're just dangerous. They don't let down. They know what's at stake, and you got to be on guard. Good effort there by Hollingsworth on the line with that double. Ran out of real estate.
So now that it kind of looks like things are setting into place here, we got a 3rd, 4th battle here between possibly O&J and Boyertown. Well, Boyertown for sure. We still, there's still a little bit of time on the clock for O&J. Looks like this past year, earlier January, it was O&J beat Boyertown 44-24. That was a different Boyertown lineup.
Yeah,
this Boyertown lineup now it's a little scary.
Yeah, they're solid top to bottom.
It sure as heck. I don't see it being a 44-24 match, that's for sure. Oh, Hollinsworth, that was beautiful there.
Babb's in big trouble here. Nope, looks like he's getting out. Got that leg hooked and good hand fighting.
Shot by Babb there, getting out.
25 seconds to go.
Yeah, good head snaps, good snap,
Real
control
nice
of
shot.
hand.
Good scramble by Hollingsworth.
Great scramble. Control and wrist all the way through is the importance of there. You know, you control wrist, you kind of dictate where you're going with that scramble.
Mike, I hate to say we might have to do the Boyertown O&J match for third and fourth. Means more. We would be highly criticized not doing the final, but
I think that's it. There's a fall of 42-45 now. O&J. It looks like O&J is going to lock that up.
That'll do it.
Last mat too.
So a little bit of work here left to do. As then we will be moving mats over to the finals mat on mat 1. Bab doing a great job here against Hollingsworth.
Looks like he got, ooh.
No backs. He wasn't in control. I don't know who's in control.
That's pretty close there.
Cradle is locked up. That's 2 to me, but what do I know? So no change. I don't know how it's no backs if there was no change. I mean, can someone help me here?
I thought those were backs, that's for sure. At least on the outside edge. On the inside too, it looked like, I mean, as we were talking about earlier, you know, change of ref.
I mean, he's in control. Those are back points.
I think Marino would have easily would have been a swipe 2 there. Hollingsworth there, easy peasy out for a 1. Guys really getting aggressive with that hand fight and that clubbing back and forth.
Yeah, the bad boys like to go. Hate to be in their living room.
You know, watching last night, you know, that Penn State match at the Bryce Jordan dual meet, you know, a lot of matches with the whole hands to the face. Let's hope that doesn't come down to our level. Hollingsworth with the 2. Looks like he's going to try to score backs off this too. There.
7-1 now. Hollingsworth looking for some backs, nothing there. You can see the victorious O&J team heading back to their locker room. They don't even need to scout Boyertown at this point. They know each other so well.
Yeah, there's backs. Looks like you got a 2 count. Looks like Hollingsworth picked up the major here as of now. Still got another period to wrestle. Let's see what happens here. They're trying to look at the state breakdown where 3 and 4 go in terms of state.
No, Mike's going to give it to us. The 3 goes to District 3. I know that. And then there are 4, I believe, wrestles District 12.
Which would be Father Judge. Actually, it'd be Archbishop Ryan. So, as crazy as it sounds, the 4 seed probably has a... Not knocking District 12, not knocking Archbishop Ryan, but...
You read the form. Come on now, you know. But no coach in their mind is going to
try to
do that, because who do they come in against?
They'd be coming in against, unfortunately, the District 11 1 seed. So I mean, you're walking into a firestorm.
So there's no advantage whatsoever. So people on the forum, you know, that post these things and that aren't coaches and don't understand the bracket or who their opposition will be at the next level, they need to do some homework.
Oh, I totally agree.
So I just made myself a target, Mike. I will be turning threads down. You'll be getting texts from me. Shut that thread down. But realistically, for both our 3 and 4s, they both have an opportunity to get into the Sweet 16. And, you know, for any team that's going to have to travel and wrestle that, you know, District 3 team, there's an advantage to us as well. I mean, we've fared well over the years. I mean, it's not going to be, you know, one of these teams like a Cumberland Valley or Central Dauphin that is like setting the world on fire and loses in the semis to the hottest team in District 3. It's going to be a team that, you know, one of these pack teams can go with. I'm not really worried about it. I think it's a good opportunity for both teams to get in.
Now the key is, you know, with wrestling today, you know, having a nice day off tomorrow, hopefully, you know, you're going right back to it on Monday.
Yeah. Well, here's the funny thing: we're going to get done this broadcast. We're going to find out who those teams are, and probably Cedar Cliff just lost to Central Dauphin, and they're in the 3-hole. Could very well be now, and Bab's in a little bit of trouble here at the end of this match. He gets out of it.
So it looks like Hollingsworth's going to pick up this 15-1 match.
15-1. And that'll do it. 25-38, and the Bears punch their ticket. And I can't say I'm surprised. So listen, we're going to check out right here, take a short break, and see you guys over on Mat 1.